So we have a recipe card for you folks. We have a little card that's going to be coming to you about my cookbook, which will be signing and selling at the end of our little soiree here. So let me tell you about our dish today. I'm Kerry Altiero and the fabulous Erica Archer over here. I looked at your tag and I was like, that's not her name, Archer. I didn't know your last name. But here we are, and we're going to have a great time this afternoon. What we're doing is showing you how you can have a very simple, easy to prepare dish that you can serve to guests. You can park this dish and serve it tomorrow. But really what we're showing here is how you can take what is usually a very humble ingredient and then make it the star of your dish. We serve this one as an appetizer at Cafe Miranda. And what we're doing is we're taking an onion from our very own Headacre farm. I think my thing is down there. And we've owned the Headacre farm in Owl's Head, Maine for over 15 years. As I often say, we had the farm before it became farm to table and a marketing opportunity. So we've been doing this. So we have an onion, which does cost a fair amount to produce. Compared to a commercial onion, they're about 4 times the price. So rather than chop this onion up and throw it in a stew and just cook the heck out of it, what we're going to do is give it a center of the plate presentation. And that's going to be great because we have the best wine to go along with this. Now when Erica picked this wine out, she said, I need something big, I need something bold, I need something with a lot of flavor. Now that would be her. But then you also need to have the wine to go along with that. So here we are. So we're going to start off, if the pan is getting hot, no, we need it to get hotter. Excuse me on this one. Okay, on. Zone 2.
How many of you have been to Maine before? Excellent.
Wow, how many have been to Rockland? Oh, this is cool. There it is. Now you have to get all your friends, tell them all the good stuff you had here today, and send them on up to Maine. We have the Office of Tourism over here. We have a bunch of great chefs. We have Chef Stephen Richards, the current lobster chef of the year. I was one 3 years ago, and we also won the top of the crop farm to table competition for Cafe Miranda the last time they held that competition. So I'm waiting for these things to get hot here. So I got to yak for a while. So in the meantime, okay, we're going to have a little fun while these are getting hot. Okay, let's go over here on.
If any of you want more information on anything that we're doing today or tomorrow on the main stage, anything about Wine-Wise events or Kerry, you have feedback forms in front of you. I'm also doing a drawing, 2 free tickets to a Wine-Wise event, a walk or a sail out on Casco Bay. So if you'd like to enter into that, just
we're passing out some buttons, so you can pass those on around you there. We're passing.
We'll enter you.
Yeah, let's pass some of those around. What I'm doing here is I'm going to pass around buttons around, and not everybody's going to get one here, but by the end of the event, we'll make sure everybody gets one. If you look on your Cafe Miranda literature, you often see a little flamingo. It's kind of our little token, so let's go with that. And I'll pass the bag around. Just one per person, please. Let's pass that around, okay? And somebody would bring it up to me when we're all done, right? Just like passing out the test in school, isn't it? All right.
How many of you live in Maine? How many are from Maine? So most of you from Boston? Excellent.
Okay, so now we're going to give a shout out to those folks over there. Get in here, you're going to get free food. Yeah, you. Get over, yeah, you. The 4 of you, 5 of you, get over here. Free food and wine. Come on, get over here. Bring all your friends. Let's go.
Free great food and wine.
What's that?
Free great food and wine.
Yes, and that is the best kind of wine is what? Free.
Yes.
But this is actually really great wine too.
Yeah, which usually isn't free.
Okay, it looks like we're getting hot here a little bit. Did everybody see the smoke? Okay. So if we look at our recipe card, the first thing we start with is the humble onion right here. From the Headacre farm, we have a bunch of these that we put up all winter, and we serve them all winter. Because what do you have in Maine in the wintertime? This is why we have chowder. You have onions, you have potatoes, you have preserved pork, and you have dairy. It's not like somebody said, oh God, I'm going to invent chowder. It's like, what do you got to eat? It's that way. So we're going to put that onion right in there. We're going to take its other half. And the way we cut that is we cut it on the round, cut the root end off and the tip off. Then we have, always, we love the fat, so we add a little bit of olive oil. And what we're doing is we're just going to caramelize this. So the process of caramelization, hey, you, get in here, come on. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, you, get in, come on. Anyway, they're not listening. The process of caramelization essentially takes sugars, like when you're making a creme brulee or a caramel thing, But in this case, we're doing it with starches that are inside of this onion. So you cook them long enough on a low and slow heat, and you caramelize it a little bit. Then you have this sweetness. Oh, the smoke's coming up here. Are we getting this on camera here? I love the smoke in front of me. This is awesome. So what we're doing is we're just searing this onion, getting some brown on the face of it. We have some garlic cloves. Garlic? You okay with garlic? You like garlic?
I love garlic.
We know that you have to eat this defensively, the garlic. So if you're making a dish that has garlic and the person you're with doesn't like garlic, make them eat it anyway, because at the end of the evening when you're having, well, dessert, let's say, one should both have the taste of garlic in one's mouth.
Right.
That was a little inappropriate, but I think we can do that here, right? Us minor sinners are fun to be around, right? That's kind of the way this works. Okay, so we have our whole garlic cloves. Is that professional? Excellent. Okay.
And why are you using whole garlic?
Because I'm really too lazy to chop it up.
Okay, the truth comes out.
And also when you cook it, Erica, great question, that when you cook it for a long time, it turns sweet, just like the other things too. So what we're doing here is we're just browning a little bit. And of course I have the finished one over here, just like they do in the TV shows, you know, and go like, voila. We're gonna do that. I gotta check it, so I'm gonna look over here for a minute. All right, we're good. So we're just gonna caramelize this onion a little bit. Let's taste that wine and discuss like its flavor properties and how this is gonna go with this dish. This wine is for robust foods. It can take pepper, it can take big, thick, big flavors, like dense flavors.
Yeah, so I would describe this wine as really juicy, really fruity, and big. It's big in body. Wine is 15% alcohol. So when you think of a wine with a lot of body, you need to pair that with food that's going to have a lot of flavor, a lot of texture, be big and bold as well, which Kerry's dishes in his cookbook and in his restaurant are always big and bold in flavor.
Yeah, I think that what Eric is saying about these wines and how they pair with Cafe Miranda food is exactly that. These people were not restricting. They have big extraction out of this wine. They got a high alcohol content. So this is not, within it, it's subtle, but it's pretty big all the way around. And in my dishes, I don't do subtle very well at all, as you may have guessed already. So, you know, that kind of robust, can we call it robust? Is that what we're going to call this, robust?
I would call it robust.
Robust flavors. We can make those and have a great wine to go with it. Okay, so I need...
These grapes were hand-picked, everything made with care, very small batch, very limited quantity.
I'm showing the humble onion.
Beautiful.
It is now browning. Please go ahead. I just didn't want to interrupt you.
Is anyone going to the Austin Family Wine Dinner tonight? It's over at the Seaport Hotel. I believe there's a couple tickets left, but I believe it's a 6-course. You're in. Carol will be there. I'll be there.
Okay. Yeah, after our demo, maybe I'll see some of you folks there. The associated events that go on with this, these private tastings and little dinners and stuff, is really going to expand your knowledge, because you're going to get one-on-one with winemakers, you're going to get people who really know their stuff. So what I feel when I go to those things, I really feel like an idiot, because I feel like I don't know anything. So this is one of the few times I shut up and nod and listen. I go, because I don't know what's going on. We have smoking going on, right? I wish we had an open flame. We can make some flames here, but I'm just thinking they wouldn't like that.
Have you tried the wine? This wine is delicious. It's not something I often say. Kathleen, did you get some? All right. I'm going to keep
wow.
the glass full. Isn't that delicious?
Oh, man. I can imagine the blue cheese hanging with this.
Absolutely.
You guys are going to have a treat here. Really, the blue cheese hanging with this, the little bit of greens, the fresh thyme, and the viscosity of the veal stock, because this wine has a viscosity to it, too.
It has a viscosity. It almost has like a meatiness to it, like an au jus flavor on the palate with a peppery and really ripe plum and sweet black cherry. Really interesting.
We're going to make it up.
The pepperiness of this wine is derived from the grape variety itself. The Syrah grape is known for having a peppery profile.
Nice. And this is the selection, really, as I'm tasting this wine and smelling the onion. Can anybody smell this out there? You can't? All right, we're going to remedy that right away. Okay, hold on. Oh, we're going to. No, I'm not going to make any flames. I'm just going to go down and let everybody smell it. Let's go. All righty. They don't do this on the Food Channel, right? And we everybody see the onions frying and the garlic happening. Come on, let's Facebook write this and Twitter this to @Cafe Miranda. Let's make it happen. We're doing in Rockland, and you belong there. In Rockland, Maine. In Rockland, Maine. So.
I'll do a shout out to our sponsors today, the Maine Office of Tourism.
I'm getting dizzy. Hey.
Information on activities all throughout Maine, as well as All Clad is donated all our cookware today, and their booth is right down in the back.
I told you I moved around a lot.
And find out more
All right.
about
Everybody getting the smell of this? Can you guys catch it a little bit? Come on, right there.
Thoughts on the wine? You like it? Nice. Beautiful.
All right.
So this is our 2011. It's a little bit more developed than the 2012. I believe there's only just slightly over 3,000 six-bottle cases made of this wine. So, these are boutique wines.
And these are available in the Boston area. Can you buy these at the show here?
I don't know if you can buy them at the show. You can buy them, they're available in Maine as well, which is another reason that I like to use wines are also available. So you can have it in Maine when you come to visit
Cafe
Maine.
Miranda, the coast of Maine, we have mountains, we have lakes, we have ocean, we have lobster, and a great farm-to-table movement, and really great quality restaurants. And it's all not just highbrow stuff. There's, in Rockland, there's a great hot dog place, Wass's Hot Dogs. They fry the hot dogs in peanut oil and a lot of fried onions. Onions, right? I guess I have a thing here for that. And great homemade donuts, or you can have great burgers. It's really interesting. And then the ocean's just like right over there, and you can go for a ride or go out and get a lobster.
You can come sailing in Casco Bay with me on a 74-foot sailboat, sipping wine.
Okay, let's go. Oh, not today.
Not today.
Not today. Okay. I'll be looking for that invite. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so we have our onion in here. So we have caramelized that one side. See, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over, caramelize that side a little bit. And now really what's going to happen is we're going to finish this one off. We have the veal stock. So you can do this with a brown stock that you buy, the organic ones. You can buy them at your local supermarket. Or you can go through the ridiculous 3-day process to get this stuff. Don't bother. It's not worth it. So you put that in there. Accurate measurement, always a sign of a professional. Are you out there? Are you out there? Okay, this is good. We always add a little more olive oil pretty much to everything that we do. We're going to add some blue cheese. Now you think like, oh, should I get the expensive blue cheese? No, not expensive as a pair of Gucci's. This is cheap blue cheese, okay? That's what we got here. Okay, we're going to put the blue cheese, sorry about that. And then the final, not the final piece, but close to the final piece, we're going to add some spinach. Now you can do this with kale, you can do it with spinach, chard, tatsoi, broccoli rapini, or rab as it's referred to, any of those great greens. And what you want to do is just cook those down a little bit.
Smells amazing.
Yeah, we should have a fan behind us blowing like right out there for everybody.
Yeah.
But then they'd smell my cologne, oh, de garlic.
They'd confuse you for Beyonce.
I have no reply. I don't know what to say to that one. This is awesome. Okay, so now we have the greens in there. We have the blue cheese in there. So look on your recipe. Am I forgetting anything? What am I forgetting? Come on.
Waving at the fire.
Waving. All right, so we have our veal stock. We have all that in there. Now, with this dish, the blue cheese, as I mentioned on the recipe, you got to watch out with the blue cheese. It's got a lot of salt in it. So we're just going to put a little bit in there, okay? And we're going to take some fresh cracked pepper, which I ground this morning at 4 a.m. at my farm, looking out at the dog, and there was deer in the yard. That's pretty interesting, and here I am in the big city with tall buildings and everything. Crazy. Okay, so we're doing that. And this is where I get to switch and show you the final product, too. How are we doing for time?
You're doing great.
Okay, I don't know. You guys got anywhere to be? Yeah, you got wine, you got food. What the hell? All right, here we are. So we have this braising around. We have this beautiful blue cheese stock. And what we're doing is we're boiling it, and that is to reduce it. That means reducing the volume and increasing the thickness. Okay, so here's how we do this. So this will take about a half an hour, and then you do this. La-da-da! Okay, here's our dish. We're almost finished with it. And we'll check with our chefs in the back for your little samples that we have. We have, and since we have some empty chairs, we probably have enough for two for some of you too. So if you really want to, get your free lunch that you talk so much about. So we have this beautiful wine. We have a beautiful day that is not quite buried in snow.
Best day of the weekend so far.
So far. Tomorrow will be fun. Did you bring your snowshoes?
I did.
Yes, because we came from Maine. We stopped at LL Bean on the way.
I didn't wear my Bean boots.
I brought mine too. Brought my muck boots, my bean boots. I brought my ski gear. I had no idea what was going to happen. I brought blankets. Be prepared. I was a Boy Scout once. I did get kicked out for throwing smoke bombs in the Scoutmaster's tent and then pulling the stakes. But that was, I should have been kicked out.
I figure being snowed in with 2,000 wine and countless great chefs would not be a bad thing.
The chefs, I don't know about that, but you know.
You have more onions.
Yeah, we have more onions.
Okay.
You know, chefs are just kind of like a rowdy bunch. You know, you see them all on TV. We were talking earlier about why they all pose like this. And we figured it's because they wanted to make their muscles look bigger. You think so? I can't make mine look bigger because I got not much to work with. But at any rate, 2,000 bottles of wine, 6 chefs. Sounds like debauchery to me.
I think it'd be fun.
There we are. Okay, so we're ready to plate this dish. The humble onion is, I'm reaching down here for a knob like every range that I ever worked, but this one is electrics. Okay, so this is it. Can you guys see in this mirror up here? I didn't realize, how much can you see over there? Yeah.
That smells amazing.
So here's one of the dishes we use at Cafe Miranda. Now we use these big dishes because we usually fill these up. You order a pasta dish from us, you get a bowl of noodles. Because my Italian grandmother would say, what, do you think they're sick or something? Feed them. So that's what drives me. And on the cover of my cookbook, that's her spaghetti and meatballs. And I actually shipped the meatballs to my cousin to see if I got it right. So she says yes. Kathy Madafri. Okay, here we go. We have the onion. And we see a sprig of fresh thyme, which I didn't mention in there. That gets put in when you put the veal stock in. So whoever was looking at their recipe to see what I was forgetting, you failed. I was just asking for help. It's a plea. It's just a plea for humanity and contact. Okay, so we have this. Have our onion. And then we have a rubber spatula, which I call a rubber thing. So if you ever come to Cafe Miranda, you hear them shouting, bring me a rubber thing, you'll know what they're talking about. Okay, here we go. So we have a beautiful reduced veal stock. We have this beautiful and tasty blue cheese to give it a sharpness. The blue cheese is kind of like a herb almost. We're going to do what we always do, more fat. Because now everybody's here all this week, it's like good for you. Finally. Excellent. So we put some olive oil around the end.
So is wine. So is wine.
We're good.
We're healthy.
After years of fighting the whole fat or trans fats or whatever, it's olive oil. You can just like really just take a sip. It's delicious. So shots of olive oil. And now we have, this is how restaurateurs make a dish. So you guys can see this really good, right? Okay, so here's $10, right? Watch this. 12. Right? Right? There it is. And I'm going to take a sip of the great wine because fat's and acids. So I have a mouthful of olive oil. And that's what's great about the wines, too, when you have a high fatty food. That acid cuts it and achieves a balance. Now I have to thank my co-host here for your great assistance, great wines. And here's our dish today, the humble onion. And if we can have our chefs bring it out and you guys can enjoy it. Thank you very much. And I will be signing books and you'll be able for purchase outside this little area on the other side by the State of Maine booth right over there. Thank you so much. Erica, thank you so much for your interest.
Kerry.
Great choices on the wine.
Thank you.
And your charming personality. A polite round of applause for Erica here. Thank you.
I'll be here to answer any